Hello and welcome back to the one and only Speculation Alley. It's your boy A-Bomb here, and as usual and always, my brother from another mother is with me. What's up, Crypto Dilly?
What up, dude? Thanks for that awesome introduction. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yo, we had a lot of stuff happen with 10KTF. I mean, we last week got a slew of tweets, a lot of updates that sent the community into a spiral of speculation, I'll call it. And one of the biggest things of them all was the Kagami NFT metadata update. So I know that's what we're here to talk about. So let's just do it.
Yeah, so I mean, there's been a lot of Kagami speculation since the Kagami launched. We're going to stamp this one as the Kagami edition episode. And I'm going to give a lot of credit to this episode for Kupo Koda. He really dives into some deep speculation. Some of it's a little, stretched, but who cares? I think this week is the day to open the can of worms and really dive into some of the threads that he's posted. One of the ones that's really interesting to me is where he talks about the reference of the looking glass and the reference to Alice in Wonderland. So if you go on the Otherside website and you click worlds, you'll actually see right at the top of the page, it says through the looking glass, a strange new world. And if you have ever watched Alice in Wonderland, you know that she goes through a mirror to the other side, which is actually like an upside down version of the world. And so we actually see in the other side, just even in the logo, that it's literally like a reflection of the logo itself. It says the other side on top, and then it's reflected to show the same on the other side. And so what the theory goes into from Kupo Koda is he goes on to talk about how there's two types of portals. There's a green portal, and if you watch the second trailer of the other side, you see how the Coda is being sucked through two different portals. The green portal, he is saying, is the chaos portal, which we see represented on other Deedland plots. The other red portal, he is saying, could be representative of a Kagami. And the reason he says that is because what Kagami stands for is mirror or looking glass. Why I think that this reference is so fascinating is because Looking Glass is actually the company that designed the original physical displays for We Knew Labs with the Wimbledon Andy Murray collection back in 2021. So it would make sense that the Looking Glass company also helped to create the Kagami as well. So this is kind of like the beginning. And if you actually read the letter that was enclosed with every single Kagami, it actually says, most of all, it is a looking glass that shows how friendships, old and new, have brought me unexpected joys. And so with that, like, we also see a few days, afterwards, Beeple is even posting a picture of Curtis looking through like a mirror into the other side as well. So this is kind of like the inner workings, the beginning of talking about Kagami as a portal. What are your thoughts on just that part so far?
I mean, I know we have more to get into it, so I'll keep it short and tight. I think Looking Glass, if you just look at the common denominator that we're seeing throughout what's literally posted on the other side's website, what we're getting in personalized messages from Wagmi-san that are encased with our Kagamis, it just seems too coincidental here. I love what Koopa's talking about, where we can compare the colorization of the Chaos Land portal to the portal that the Coda is being sucked into, and reverse. We don't really have a comparison for the red one. However, other than recently, our Kagamis have become blood red. So there is that. But please continue because I know we have more.
Well, the biggest thing that I think is super fascinating is that we've been speculating that it is like an inverse of the land. And right now we know that there's 100,000 land plots that are out there. And we've talked
Right.
about how the other 100,000 land plots would actually mirror or reflect the original 100,000 land plots. Now, one of the most interesting things about 10KTF that came to my mind while reading through this was the first meetup for 10KTF actually happened in LA. And maybe Netta actually came across a picture of New Tokyo. And on this picture, this was before Yuga had acquired 10KTF. This was like early beginning days of the project. There was the Bored Ape Yacht Club clubhouse positioned right on New Tokyo. And there's a picture of it. And we haven't seen that, represented onto 10KTF in the New Tokyo land plot for months. And so was that reflective of the actual other side, the mirrored side of the actual New Tokyo, right? And one of the other really interesting things about this portal concept is we actually see a video from Beeple, Crypto Garga, and the whole, the founders talking about how Wagmi-san must give you a gentle kiss on the forehead before you're allowed to enter into the metaverse. And so that gives us the inclination that Wagmi-san will be the first place you go when you first enter into the other side. And how other would that happen unless you're maybe portaling through, to the other side through a mirror, right? So these Kagamis can become massively valued. And the other reference that Kupo Koda goes into is they start to demystify a little bit about G tags, Gucci cloths, and what's going on with Win Moon in like this movie theater. And he actually pinpoints like this shard of the obelisk in the background and utilizes it as a hint. And he says, this is representative of the dream obelisk piece. Why that's so fascinating is, one, the dream talks about a impossible arcade machine that emerges from the biogenic swamp, which is where we assume is the Bored Ape Yacht Club clubhouse. And we also know that there's an 893 arcade machine that's positioned within Wagmi-san's shop. Knowing those two things, and then referencing Alice in Wonderland, where she says that when she emerged back from the mirror, that it felt like it was a dream. You can reference everything together and it all like collides. So with the arcade machine, with the mirroring of the other side, with Looking Glass, with just everything, it just seems like it's compounding onto each other to make this all collide and make a lot of sense. It's alpha in plain sight when you really dig into the details. So what do you think about these pieces?
I mean, again, it just like, it's crazy again how many like potential like coincidences there are. I don't really believe in too many coincidences, especially with the way that we knew and 10KTF team like chooses to step. They're pretty deliberate in the path that they choose. But the biggest thing to me that I'm scratching my head over is what the Kagami will be, because right now we have a couple potential use cases. We have the arcade machine, the impossible arcade machine that has the 893 written at the top of it, which again, what is the 893 doing on the top of that arcade machine if it has nothing to do with Kagamis? But as well, the portal side of it, because they are red right now, and we believe that's because of recently what happened with the tweets. Go check them out if you're asking why they're red. But essentially, could it be a portal? And if so, what will its use case be in the game? Am I in the other side? Are these going to be set like plot areas, or are these going to be something where if I'm traveling within the other side and within my loadout, I have a Kagami there, then I can now do something where I travel or I help other people travel places or distances that are harder to get to. I don't know. There's just so many potentials that it could go to, I guess.
I mean, the early speculation on Kagamis has been that they're a portal to the other side. And,
Right.
to monetize that and also make it a use case for others, we stake our tools currently. So that way other people can actually utilize our tools within the shop to craft items. The same way that we're actually staking our tools, why wouldn't the same mechanic be utilized for our actual Kagamis if they're used as portals, and people can pay Ape Coin to actually use the portal to go to different land plots within the other side? So if that is true, one thing that was opened up in the Discord for 10KTF a while back was Boss Ape actually said that Kagamis are massively undervalued when they were sitting at 3 ETH. If you look at Chaos portals, if they're able to do the exact same thing with the Chaos portal and the Kagami, And those are just passive cash machines that people could literally pay ApeCoin to travel to where they need, or they could travel by land and take a long time. And we can see the way that like game mechanics can be played out with the games that we're playing with Yuga right now. With Heavy Metal, we're seeing how the time mechanic and Ape Spin, you're able to speed up time by using Ape. We're able to see how Dookie Dash allowed us advantages by using ApeCoin. And then also we're seeing how crafting and the different mechanics within 10KTF, all of this stuff is going to collide within the other side. And so this makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. That, I mean, it just goes further to just solidify this fact that Kagamis, yes, are very undervalued right now, but it goes further to me to even wonder
if baby.
Pump those bags, baby. That's what we're here for. Speculation Alley. All right, that's what we do. No, but really, it's interesting too to think about the mirroring side of things, because if the Kagamis are potentially these like maybe they're not even, maybe they're portals, but not in the way that we're thinking they are. And what I mean by that is like if you want to get to like this side of the other side to like this 100,000 plots of land rather than this 100,000 plots of land, you may need to use one of those to do that. It may not be like a portal within like these 100,000. It's simply a bridge to these other 100,000. And yeah, the staking mechanism makes a lot of sense with WAGMI. I mean, hey, baby, that's what we're here to do. Pump these bags. Kagamis, we're going to be talking about it on Wednesday night. Get in there, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitter. We got Speculation Alley handle hosting. I'll be co-hosting, so will Dilly, and we want to see you in there so we can talk about this. We'll pump your bags. Go get a Kagami. You know what I mean? We're going to be pumping after this, so not financial advice, but, you know, what else we got? What else we got for them? I don't know.
I love it. Yeah, like and subscribe if you got any value from this. Kupo Koda, thanks for the threads. Keep doing your thing, man. We love the speculation. If you have your own speculation, leave that in the comments below. And guys, we'll see you next week. Peace.